What are 5 more mistakes content creators continue to make in 2021? What should you be looking out for to avoid the same pitfalls? How can you make your content overall better in a couple easy steps? Let's find out.
My name is Chris Cruz. I've spent almost 20 years traveling the country, talking into microphones and mixing on turntables. Now, I do it all from home. Let me show you how. This is Home Studio Catalyst.
On last week's episode, we talked about 5 content mistakes to stop making in 2021, be it video, audio, podcasting, streaming, whatever it might be. And today we're going to cover 5 more mistakes I continue to see content creators make in 2021. And once again, these are all just my opinions, but I really do think if you follow a couple of the suggestions in this video, your content could get a lot better. If you missed last week's episode, I'll have it in the description below so you can catch up. And looking on the back end of my channel, I found out that the vast majority of people watching these videos actually aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you could subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, that would be awesome. Let's jump back into the list. Number 6, posting inconsistently. Now we can play the game all day where you look at the algorithms of Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and find out the best times to post. I don't really get that deep into it. I just try to keep a schedule, and I think for a couple of platforms, it's more important than others. A couple of quick tips. For Twitter, post as often as you want, all the time, anytime. Don't be annoying, but I don't think you need to wait for a certain time to post your tweets. On Facebook, the best practice I've found is just spacing your posts apart a couple of hours. If you post one post, another one 5 minutes later, it's going to squash that interaction on the first one. And really the reason you want to post consistently on social media with your content is that us humans are creatures of habit. We very much like predictability. Now for TikTok, I think if you have a schedule, that's cool. If not, I would try to get as much content out as possible. Gives you a chance to get more people's eyeballs on your content. On LinkedIn, I haven't dove deep enough to find a consistent schedule where you can get the most eyeballs on your content or the most interaction. I just find on LinkedIn that talking to other people and being genuine is a big help. But the big one here is Instagram. What you don't want to do on Instagram is post a photo on Tuesday at 7 p.m., and then you wait 10 days and post a photo at 3 a.m., and then you post 4 photos the next day, and so on and so forth. It's just very unorganized. You will get more interaction and comments and likes on Instagram if you stick to a schedule. If that's posting once a day in the afternoon, or posting every 4 hours on the hour, or posting twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Whatever works for you and how often you can create content for Instagram, I would try to stick to some kind of schedule. And YouTube's the same thing, even more so. I post these videos every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's just the time I picked that worked for me and my schedule, and that's when I post these videos every single week. If you're posting a video once a week, I definitely recommend the same day and time. Or if you're posting every single day, the same time would be great. And I know we're all busy and things happen. We can't always get things done on the timeline we set for ourselves, but just try to stick to a schedule, especially with Instagram and YouTube. Number 7, being angry, mad, and edgy. This is a big one in the world of entertainment and especially in sports. Everyone wants to be that radio DJ or that podcaster that has that hot take on the sports team and you won't believe what they're going to say. No, honestly, I will believe it because I've heard 10,000 other people say it just like you. I don't think there's anything original or challenging or innovative about being mad and angry and edgy all the time. Now, could that possibly, get you views and make you go viral? Yeah, possibly. But if that's not really you, do you want to have to continue to be that character all the time, even though that's not who you are inside? I just think you run the risk of annoying a lot of people really fast. If you're always angry or pissed off or always have some edgy take on something that really isn't edgy, you're just framing it that way. And for me personally, I take this one with a grain of salt because my all-time favorite YouTuber is James Rolfe, also known as the Angry Video Game Nerd. I've seen literally every single episode of AVGN, but that's a character he plays. And then there's a lot of videos on his channel where he's being himself, who is much more calm. He's really smart, sensitive, he's just a nice guy. And the character is the exact opposite of that. But again, it's a show and it's a character that he's not always playing. There's a reason why clean comedians like Jerry Seinfeld and Jim Gaffigan get paid a lot more money than most other comedians do. Because working clean and being genuine is really hard. It's not difficult to be mad and give an edgy take. So just, challenge yourself, see what else you can come up with. Number 8, only focusing on the most popular things. This is really hard when it comes to content creation because if you're a gamer like me, you probably want to cover Call of Duty or Fortnite, the 2 biggest video games on earth, right? Or if you're into movies, you probably want to cover, the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Star Wars, 2 huge franchises. And if that's what you love, you should totally do it. But also think about this. There are literally millions of other content creators just like you and me talking about those same subjects. So you do run the risk of being the small fish in a giant pond. And I do understand the irony that I'm talking about that on a YouTube show that talks about home studio recording and tech and content creation. But I'm trying to find a niche with my channel. I talk about, making content at home, but also on a budget and also realistically without having all this crazy advanced equipment and having to spend tons of time and money on your projects. So I'd encourage you to do the same. If you want to do videos on Fortnite, try to find like a specific angle. Or if you want to talk about Star Wars, try to attack it from a place that no one else has before so you can kind of stand out and carve your own niche. But I do think finding a topic that isn't super popular could actually work really well. I always make the joke that if someone did a really good podcast about knitting, that it would be successful because millions of people love that as a hobby. So don't think that your passion or your hobby isn't popular enough to make content about. I think that may actually be an advantage for you. Real quick, this episode of Home Studio Catalyst is sponsored by Self-Care Cookie Club. You know those things called feelings? Yeah, we eat those. It's called self-care. Follow Self-Care Cookie Club on Instagram to join the club. Self-Care Cookie Club. Eat your feelings. And now back to the list. Number 9. Not interacting with other people's content. I talked about this on an episode last season, but I think it's really, really important to drive this point home. You will not get near as much interaction on your posts and on your content if you don't interact with other people's content. The absolute best way to get more likes, subscribers, bits dropped on your Twitch stream, whatever it might be, is interact with other people so they'll want to get to know you and interact with you. It's just like when you're at a party and talking to someone you just met, you don't want them talking the whole time. And you don't want to be the person that's talking the whole time either. You want to have an exchange, and that's exactly what social media and content is starting a relationship, a conversation with people, not just spewing your content at them or just only absorbing their content. You want to talk to each other. I still see in 2021 a lot of content creators, if it's on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, a lot of people are guilty of this on TikTok, just spewing content all the time, and they just sit and they wait for a reaction. When what you should really spend your time doing is talking to other people, meeting, networking, building relationships, and having conversations on social media about content. I know this seems like a simple thing, and I know I've said it before, but so many people are missing out on, I think, being way bigger in the content arena because they're not doing this. And finally, number 10, being an asshole. And I don't mean being a character who's an asshole in your content like the angry video game nerd. That's his shtick, and it's funny, and it's only a part of what he does. What I mean is being an asshole in real life. There are a lot of people I know in the radio world and just in media and content in general who haven't made it, and I see them complain about it on social media a lot, and they wonder why. And I just want to comment, because you're a dick. You're so mean to people, and you're so self-centered. That is absolutely not the way to get ahead in this business and in this arena at all. I've been so blessed to make so many friends over the years through YouTube, through Instagram, Facebook, of course, just all kinds of different social media platforms. And I'll admit, I'm not perfect. I can be an asshole at times, but I try really hard to be kind to people, to be genuine, to be there when they need help, and just to reach out and check in for no reason once in a while. And again, I'm not saying I'm the nicest guy ever, but I do make a constant effort to be kind to other people. 1, because it's the right thing to do, and 2, it'll help your content. If people like you, they're more likely to watch your stuff and to share it, especially. So if you always see yourself shit talking with comments on other people's videos or posts, just what's the point? No one's going to like you, and you're really going to alienate yourself with your content. And I get that we're all going through stuff, and this is a tough time in history right now for a lot of people, including myself. But sometimes we really do have to just take a breath and put ourselves in the other person's shoes to see how they would feel and react to the things that you're saying to them. And I'm not trying to get preachy here, but all of us have that one asshole at work or in our industry who we refuse to work with simply because they're not a nice person and they're not fun to be around. So don't be that person. Don't be an asshole. And that completes my list of mistakes I still see a lot of content creators making in 2021, and I think we should try to avoid our best moving forward. If you want to add to the list, I would love to hear your thoughts about any mistakes that you see content creators, even myself, making in 2021. Leave a comment below. I'd love to talk to you about it. And if you found anything in this video useful or interesting, or you learned something, I would truly appreciate a subscribe to the channel. It helps me put out videos every single Sunday, and my subscriber base is growing every single week, and it's just really exciting to get to talk to more people about the stuff that I love. On next week's episode, I'm going to show you a really easy and free way to add audio waveforms to your content, be it a photo, be it a podcast, be it a video. You can do it to any content, and it's completely free. It's just one way to get your image or video to stand out, so it's not just like a static photo. I'm Chris Cruz. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.